Hello students. Today I will take up Daffodils poem which is in your treasure trove book ICSE class 10. So I have explained the poem in my previous session and today I will take up MCQ. In your board exam you will get MCQ also from the various chapters which are prescribed in your syllabus. So don't worry for your board exam. I will be updating all the chapters with their questions, answers and MCQs. So here we go. Now the first question is, how was the poet wandering? How was the poet wandering? So you have to give the answer. First you try and then I will give the answer. How was the poet wandering? So the first answer, the answer to this is as a cloud. So in the poem, the very first line it is, I wandered lonely as a cloud. So please see the session before this in which I have explained the daffodils. So I wandered lonely as a cloud. So how was the poet wandering? As a cloud. Now I have explained in that session also that as a cloud what it is? It is the simile. What poetic device is it? Is it a simile? S-I-M-I-L-E. Now let's move to the second question. Complete the line that floats on high over dash dash. So you please see the option and you give the answer. That floats on high, this is the second line of the poem. That floats on high over dash parks and streets or fields and meadows, or it is vales and hills, or it is the schools and colleges. So how does the line complete? This is the answer. That floats on high over vales and hills. This is the second line. So what is the meaning of vales? Now here you see the meaning of vales is valley. Vales is valley. Okay, so that floats on high over vales and hills. What floats? The clouds float over on high over vales and hills. The third MCQ. How many daffodils did the poet see at a glance? How many daffodils did the poet see at a glance? 5,000, 10,000, 15,000, 1,000. So in the poem only it is given. The answer is 10,000. That is, what is the line? 10,000 saw I at a glance. So how many daffodils did the poet see at a glance? That is 10,000 saw I at a glance. This is the line in the poem. Next. Where did the poet find a host of daffodils? Where did the poet find a host of daffodils? Besides the lake, besides the river. Sorry, it should not be beside. Sorry. This should be beside the lake, beside the river, beside the sea, or beside the hill. So it is, the answer is beside the lake. B-S-I-D-E, beside the lake. So in the introduction of this poem, it is given that one day what happened when on a walk with his sister, the poet had come upon a sight of a belt of daffodils, a sight of daffodils where beside a lake with the wind blowing over the flowers. So the answer is beside the lake. Next question. Where are the daffodils fluttering and dancing? Where are the daffodils fluttering and dancing? In the sea, in the ocean, in the breeze, in the river. So it is in the breeze. Next. What poetic device is fluttering and dancing? Now, students, please be very sure of these poetic devices, that what the poet uses, what type of poetic devices the poet uses, which I have discussed in the explanation of the poem Daffodils. Is it a simile? As I told, I wandered lonely as a cloud is a simile, or metaphor, alliteration, personification. So, what is fluttering and dancing? So, the answer is personification. So, what is the answer? The answer is personification. Now, what is a personification? When this is a poetic device, okay? Personification is a poetic device when human qualities, all right, when human qualities are given to inanimate objects. Inanimate objects. Okay. Now here, fluttering, who does fluttering? It is a human quality. Dancing. So what is these qualities are given to the daffodils. They were fluttering and dancing. So human qualities are given to these inanimate object, daffodils. So this poetic device is called a personification. Next. Okay, we have done the 7. Sorry. How are the daffodils shining? It is very clear in the poem. How are the daffodils shining? Are they shining continuous as the sun that shine? Continuous as the stars that shine? Or continuous as the moon that shine? Or continuous as the gems that shine? So what can be the correct answer? It is from the poem only. So the correct answer here is continuous as the stars that shine. So this is in the second stanza of the poem. Continuous as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way. Number 8. Who outdid the sparkling waves in glee? Who outdid the sparkling waves in glee? So, sparkling waves means the glistening waves. When the sun falls on the waves of the water, then it sparkles. In glee means in happiness. So, who outdid? Outdid means it surpassed the beauty. That is, the answer is, of course, the daffodils outdid. Outdid means surpass. Surpass the sparkling waves in glee. In glee means joy, happiness. Okay. Next. Now, Daffodils is a poem written by P.B. Shelley, John Keats, William Wordsworth, or W.B. Yeats. Which option is correct? Of course, this you must be knowing. It is William Wordsworth who were. Now, all these poets are romantic poets. And they wrote in the 18th century. So they wrote in the 18th century. Okay. Next you see. With what does the poet get a jocund company? How does he get a jocund company? The daffodils, the rose, the jasmine, the waves. So the answer is the daffodils. Okay. Now here the line is, you see, a poet could not be but be gay in such a jocund company of. Jocund means what? In a such a jocund means, jocund here the meaning is cheerful. So it is the daffodils with which the poet gets a jocund company. Next, what do you understand by pensive mood? Is it a happy mood? Is it a thoughtful mood? Is it a gay mood? Or is it a sad mood? So pensive means a thoughtful mood. Next we come over to the next question. Which wealth is referred by the poet? Is it memory of the clouds, the memory of the lake, the memory of the daffodils, the memory of the hills? So in the last stanza it is mentioned, in the third stanza it mentions what wealth the show to me had brought. What memory? So it is of course the third answer is this. This is the third answer. The third answer, that is the memory of the, the memory of the daffodils. Next one. They flash upon that inward eye. So what is the meaning of the inward eye? Heart. Is it heart? It flashes upon the heart. Soul, imagination, spirit. So it is, of course, inward eye is the imagination. Next one. What is the poet's heart filled with? What is the poet's heart filled with? With the memory of the daffodils, what is the poet's heart filled with? It is pleasure. Next we come to the last question. What is the rhyme scheme of the poem? So rhyme scheme is, what is it? The rhyme scheme means when the same sounds match, then in the poem we make it a particular rhyme scheme. So the answer is, here the answer is of course AB, AB. This is AB, AB. Now here you see the first line, I wandered lonely as a cloud. If you give that as A sound, that floats on high over vales and hills. Hills is again another kind of sound. It is B. When all at once I saw a crowd, that is again matching with cloud and crowd. It can be given A. A host of golden daffodils, again it is B. And beside the lake, beneath the trees, it is C. And fluttering and dancing in the breeze is again C. So what is the right? In all the stanzas you will find A, B, C, C. So there are 4 stanzas, 4 stanzas in the poem and with 6 lines. And this rhyme scheme is followed in all the stanzas. So dear students, these are the 15 MCQs which I have done from each stanza. So after this I'll do the next chapter, the next poem or in the book of your class 10 syllabus. So stay tuned, and if you like, please like, share and subscribe the channel for many more updates. I'll be coming up with all the chapters. So don't worry for your exam. See you soon.